Hello again, it's me. Or is it hello, it's me again? I don't know, I get really lost with these intros. Yes, it is Monday? No, Tuesday, I think. Oh god, it's happened already, Sunday. Yeah, it must be Tuesday today. Tuesday the something or other, 16. Dates are gone as well. I'm in Falmouth. This is the harbour. This is where all the boats go from. That's probably the boat I'm getting on next. Here's my ticket. Which goes across to where I need to be over there. And then there's another boat that goes from over there to over there. Place called Place. So, go figure. Yeah. Oh, lovely dazzle camouflage on the pleasure cruiser there. Very festive. Yes, so very good night's sleep. The blisters are a problem. I don't know. I've sort of walked about about a quarter of a mile from the hotel to the pier, and I think I can do it. It's it's discomforting and reminding me it's there, but I've got the better socks on, which should help. My bum and thighs and calves are aching a bit, but that's, I think, just because they had a night to try and recover. They think they're in recovery mode. Boy, do they know. Boy, are they in for a shock today. So 3 days now left. Today I need to get to Portloe from the other side of all this ferrying. That's 14 miles. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get there. There's no campsites. I don't want to B&B again, so probably I'll try wild camping. So I need to just get slightly the other side of Portloe and find some likely looking pitch. Then 12 miles the day after that, Portloe to Mevergissey. And I've picked out what looks to be a likely looking campsite the other side of Mevergissey. Big old holiday park thing with a picture of a tent on the map, so we'll see how that goes. It's just for the decreased faff of trying to find somewhere. And then the day after that is another 12 miles to Par, and then I get on a train, so I will sleep in my own bed at that point after that. So yeah, so slightly more still to do. No, 38 miles to go in total, but over 3 days, not 2. So as I've extensively established, I only have one speed, so the trick is to stop more often. Just stop at every ice cream shop I see, put my feet up every now and then, use lots of benches. The feet will get me through, I think. I mean, they're uncomfortable, but they seem to be settling down, whether that's the endorphins or the brain's just given up care, trying to send the messages. So good. Alright, so I'm going to wait around for a bit and get on that boat, and then I'll try and record a bit of it as we go across. Couldn't get anything on the Helford ferry. It was a bit more intimate than I'd liked. I think the ferry was about the size of my car. It was all I could do not to strike up genial conversation with the ferryman. Anyway, speak to you later. Don't drop the phone, don't drop the phone, don't drop the phone. That was the smallest ferry. Well, hopefully this one is too. So far so good. So this is St Mawes. There goes the ferry. Lovely little place, and I'm not stopping long at all. This is apparently the wharf for place, so I just need to wait for the fellow to get his boat sorted out. He's actually on that boat, bringing it over. Oh, good. So I need to be over there on that greenish headland, and then crack on. I wonder about this blister. We'll see. Good. So yeah, bit of a grey high overcast. I don't think it's going to rain today, but I probably want to put the old sunblock on as soon as possible anyway. Yeah. We'll go. So there we are, floating pontoon at a place called Place, which ironically has nothing here. Apart from a ferry pier. Yeah, St Mawes across the way there. And this is it. That's the end of all my mucking about with boats and ferries and stuff. It's just me and my feet all the way to the end now. So yeah, I need to crack on. Yes, like I said before, about 36 miles in total, 38 miles. 14 and 12, but over 3 days. Oh, the old sun, the old neck there is throbbing a bit. Yeah, even with this overcast, I've already suntan lotioned up. I don't think it's going to rain. I think this cloud will lift and burn off. It says it's going to be sunny this afternoon. So, oh, that's my backpack. Hello. Yeah, I need to just crack on then. Apparently the next place is called Portscatho. I need to go that way around the end of the peninsula with that lighthouse I was taking some snaps of as I came across, and then onto the outside south coast back proper, and then away up to the northeast. Yeah, towards Portloo, whatever. So yeah, I'll see how the blister's my main concern. Everything else is a bit achy, but yeah, doable. I think the blister will be alright, but it's going to make me hobble a bit and I really need to take more rest stops. Just going to have to push on through. Ooh, creepy. Medieval coffin discovered during church restoration in 1850. Yes. Yeah, it's a long shape for a trough. Yeah, the old graveyards and stuff. It's a big old sort of posh, massive country house through the hedge there, and I don't know where all these gravestones are. Presumably there's a church down the end somewhere. But, it's all very picturesque. Interesting. Death. I'm alright, it's fine. I'm okay. There must be some sort of church at the end there. So there's Place House, named by people with very little imagination. So about 2 miles to a mile and a half or so to St Anthony's Head, which is the lighthouse, and also the guy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then we turn around and we go powering up the northeast up the main outside coast again. Should be good to be moving on and seeing new vistas. This whole business with the estuaries and river crossings and stuff means these bays means you tend to see a lot of the same distant vista over and over again. Norman or Saxon or something, probably. Nice stained glass there. Historic church open. Yeah. Gotta crack on. There it is, there's my acorn. Good out. There we go, some more like it. Wide open hill country. There you can see the ferry, the next ferry. Backwards and forwards. It's a different ferry maybe, don't know. Yeah, it's Falmouth again. I need to be down there and along this shoreline, I think. See some hikers coming the other way. Good, keep moving. St Moors there, lovely tree-lined promontory, pines of some sort. And look, is that Falmouth? It's still Falmouth. Just disappointed now. It's okay. Look at all that stuff already done in like 2 days or less. Because it goes off around the end as well, so lizard. Yeah, look, lighthouse. If I get around there, and I'll start seeing new stuff, and I won't be able to see Falmouth anymore. Which is not a judgment on Falmouth at all. Just kind of like to see somewhere else now. That'd be good. St Anthony's Head, lighthouse and such. Flashing away. Must be overcast enough to turn the light on. Unusual. It's like a small dam. The usual sort of brook leading down to the sea, but a bridge across it. But then, whoa, stone wall. It's about a 10 feet drop that side. Yeah, no idea. Some sort of conservation effort. Nearly at the lighthouse. It's just up and around the corner. What's that sign say? 1/4 mile. That's nothing. Link to car park. Sometimes I think this whole endeavour would be a lot easier if I brought my car. Then again, might be a bit tricky. Oh, I've done a mile. Although from place it said 2 miles to Anthony Head, so who knows. Distance is negotiable out here. Yeah, looks like we're not going to the lighthouse then. Up there, I reckon. Fair enough. Seen lighthouses before. Private access only anyway. Jolly good. Keep on keeping on. Can you hear that? A sort of guided coastal tour thing going on. Very still air today, clearly. So 2 miles down from Place, Ferry Point, and 4 miles to Porthscatho that way. And it's 10:15, so I'm doing alright. And as per my own doctor's orders, I'm going to make sure I rest for a bit. Drink some water, sit for a little while, 15 minutes or so. Just preserve the feet, which, you know, just irritating, but not painful. So, you know, aches and injuries, I think we'll be alright. So, yeah, that is, yeah, Falmouth. But I think once we go around there a ways, we'll be well on our way to somewhere else. Some old coastal batteries, houses there, watch points, whatever, lighthouse down there somewhere. Walkers, let them pass. Yeah, a hell of an uphill to get up the top of here from down there. To go me a bit. So yeah, a bit of a break. But yeah, doing alright I think. Hopeful for today. Got 12 miles to go in theory. Now we're moving. See, this is the quintessential coast path for me. That sort of brown impacted furrow. The green grass growing either side. Wind whistling through it. Got a good headwind here actually coming from the northeast. It's pleasingly cool. Whisking away my sweat and soothing my tortured brow. Carrying off my excess heat. Should help with keeping the legs and crotch dry. It should help with the chafing. Yeah, the windswept jagged rocks there. The coast, calm sea. I don't think I've ever done coast pathing in really rough seas, but it's probably because I just tend to avoid the times of the year when that actually happens. And yeah, it's grey, but it's alright, no rain. Not over here anyway. I guess it's a bit misty over on yonder far peninsula, but I've done that. So yeah, just keep on keeping on. I mean, it's about 3.5 miles to Porthscatho, and I'll probably hit there around 12, half 12. and it'll be a good lunch stop, I think. But I probably ought to try and rest a few more places in between here and there. There isn't anything in between here and there, so yeah, that'll be top up the water, have something to eat, get an ice cream, and then see what's the next leg. You just do it a leg at a time. That's why I like the signboards, the fingerboards. They're the big wooden signposts with the acorns on. They don't deal in absolutes. You don't see just a continual countdown from 640 to Poole Harbour. It's always where's the next little place, and the next little place, and the next little place, and the next thing you know 300 odd miles around the coast. And you don't worry about the big picture. You go mad if you worry about the big picture. You just work out where the next little place is, and you put a foot in front of the other, and you keep on going. It's good. Yeah, this is absolutely perfect temperatures and winds and things for me. I can keep on moving without overheating, sweat and so on. Yeah, a lot of big ships all anchored off the end there. I don't think they go to Falmouth at all. I don't see much facilities for large tankers and container vessels. There's no like massive crane gantries and shipping ports with lorries in and out. I think they just must just anchor there if they get across the Atlantic quicker than they thought. Just burn up the day or so until their dock space is ready at Southampton or wherever. Yeah. So a couple of big boats as we were going across on the ferry there. A few military ones. So I didn't think the Navy had anything at Falmouth. I think that was all over at Dartmouth or Plymouth. Much further along. Anyway, yeah, up and down this one, around that little green headland there, and then we'll see what we see. I don't know what that one in the distance is. Whether that's today or tomorrow or not this week at all. I think it might be tomorrow. Go round the end of there to Mevagissey, possibly. We'll see. Probably not today. Hello, little fella. What are you eating there? Nom 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 nom. You're not fazed by me at all, are you? What are you, a vole? Shrew? One of the two. Oh, there's something wrong with you, or you'd have scampered into the bushes long before I arrived. I'm not exactly quiet. Myxomatosis or something, probably. Makes animals of that sort quite dull. I don't know if shrews get it. No, rabbits do. Quite easy to spot rabbits with myxomatosis. They'll let you walk right up to them and they won't even care. Glassy sort of stare. Yeah. Things you see on the trail. Yeah, more hikers up ahead. Starting to get that time of day, I think. Roseland Peninsula, very popular beauty spot, I guess. I don't know. I can't pick favourites. Every bit of coast in Cornwall is just as good as the others. Another view, another vista, another headland accomplished. Not really sure what I'm looking at there, if I'm honest. I think Porthscatho is probably around that next green headland there. Looks about right. And then beyond, I don't know where Port Lowe is, somewhere along there. Maybe around that next one, I don't know. Yes, I think Port Lowe might be just around the other side of that one. And then I reckon that one goes around the end to Mevagissey. So, I mean, that rock ought to be easy to find on a map. So I don't know, I reckon that's probably today. It's quite daunting, but I'm alright. That beach here. I reckon we're probably at the halfway mark between St Anthony Head and Porthscatho, 2 miles in. So what, 6 miles, 4 miles done so far? 10 to go. I'll have another drink. Yeah, a bit of a log jam ahead, or was. A lot of people on the path. I'm heading that way. Keep catching them up. They're having to stop. They overtake me, so I'll just let them get clear. Here we go. How's this for a Cornish seaside view? Very archetypal. Sun's come out. which means I'm probably in danger of burning up again. I need to reapply. I put some on not so long ago. Put some more on when I get to Porthscatho, which I think is ahead, and I know why, because if you see these orange buoys in the water there, I think they mark some kind of channel for boats going in and around that headland. And is that a Coast Guard lookout? Pilchard watching hut, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. So it's either around this one or the next one. Beach, shops, etc. And pretty much timed about right for a lunch stop. So let's get on for about midday soon, I think. Going well so far. Just sort of getting my head down, daydreaming, trudging on. Feet's less of a problem now. I don't know if that's a good or a bad sign, but it certainly makes it easier to carry on hiking. Just walk it off. Yeah, splendid. Porthscatho. Charming. They have cold drinks. Yeah. So I'm about a third of the way through today. Got another 4 hours to go, probably 4 or 5 hours. Not much past here either, so gonna have a big dinner and stock up, and then trudge on. Doing well so far though. Not really slowing me down that much. I think I'll be all right to finish the week. Obligatory food porn. Chicken Caesar salad. Lovely. So that's Porthscatho. Busy old beach. Busy little town. Now I'm going this way. For like ever. It's about 8 miles to go. Sunny. Nice. So that's about 3.5 miles away, 3 miles. Just trying to let the people in front get a bit of distance. Don't like being crowded. Surprisingly large number of people out on the trail today. It's a perfect day for it. That's a late September holiday. Some of the most picturesque bit of Cornwall. Apparently. Just looks like a load of hills to me. Yeah, I mean there's not really much else along this trail from here to Portlow, to be honest, at the end of the day. So, I mean, I don't know what's over there. Cluster of houses. Not sure there's going to be much in the way of beach cafes and pubs. I think that's just a pass straight on through. Yeah. Oh god, I stumbled on a route earlier, came down quite hard on my blister. Don't know if it burst or not. I've been afraid of taking my boot off. But yeah, I think I'd probably know. I'd feel completely different. Feels very much the same, just hurt a bit there. I'm not too worried. If it bursts, it bursts. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to hasten it one way or the other. Yeah, irritating but superficial ultimately. I get another 2 or 3 days out of my feet. That's all I need. My boots has started making a strange creaking noise, and stupidly enough that would be a trip-ending injury if my boot came apart. I've got no other shoes or footwear and I'm not doing it barefoot, so I would have to sort of basically hobble to the nearest bus or taxi type place and knock it on the head. I didn't really think to bring spare boots, as if my bag isn't heavy enough as it is. Got spare laces, no spare boots though. So yeah. I think they're alright. Just a creaking noise. Like my foot. Still lovely day. Sun like a baking hammer. Keep putting the suntan stuff on. I'll get even more burnt than I am. It's beautiful though. Yeah, I've got to go all the way out to the end of there and then probably a similar distance back round again on the other side. And that'll be my day basically. So I'll have to get on for about 1, half 1, 2ish. Don't know. Plenty of daylight. No, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, even if I do like 1.5 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour, I'll still get there. I think before sunset. course I do need to go a little bit beyond to find somewhere to wild camp tonight. So we'll see how that is when we get there. Try not to break off too big chunks at a time, that's the idea. Let's just get to that headland and worry about what comes next. It's a spot of luck. Ice cream shop. Wasn't expecting there to be anything out here. Long way to go yet. Oh, so about 2 miles from lunch. So another 2 miles and a bit out to the end, and then probably another 3 or 4 back to the other side. Long way to go. The sun's not helping an awful lot either. Still, time for another break. Just keep going, keep taking little breaks, that'll be alright. It's a lovely day. In any other circumstance. Why? That's closed then. Up, down, up, down. Oh, this is nice though, hiding in a tree shade. Yeah, about a mile and a half to the end of the headland apparently. Now worryingly, I can smell smoke. And given some of the tinder dry brush and dead grass I've been stomping through for the last hour or so, it wouldn't take much to cause a massive fire out here. Seems to come from that house. Maybe it's a controlled fire of some sort. Some sort of hotel maybe. Big angry sign saying please go around. So up we go up the hill, just so they don't spoil their view of the sea. Down with the proletariat. Hang on, is the proletariat the good guys? I've never understood. Down with whoever owns that house. Yeah. A lot of places they have a little permissive footpath across the front, a lawn down the bottom, but no. Anyway, it's not going to get to me. Doing well. Hanging in this is tiring work. It's only 18 degrees apparently. I'm working quite hard though, so. Lovely day. There's a few intermittent cloud cover coming over, but even if there was cloud cover, they wouldn't really stop the UV. It'd take a bit of the heat off, I suppose. It's just not enough wind, not persistent enough. It's not like going around Land's End. That was a good steady 20 mile an hour most of the week. Could do with some of that now. Pretty sure I'm lobstering up and just sweating all the sun stuff off, I think. So I suppose there's a point beyond which skin won't tan any further, although I suspect that might be post-mortem. So anyway, it's enough standing around. Oh no, it's alright, it's still counting up. Little thingy on the bottom, you can't see this, but I can see a little count up clock on the bottom when I record stuff. I think it turns into a countdown when you start running out of room on the disc, but I think we're okay. Good. So what we got here? I mean, I'm cautiously excited, but I've been hurt this way before. Let's go and have a look. Why? I hate Cornwall. Oof. It's full of ice cream shops that lie to you, leave the signs out when they're closed. So it's about 2:45. Momentary cloud. 18 degrees, or that I believe it. So the sign back just over there on the bend says 3 3/4 miles to Portlow, which is journey's end for today. Oh, and a bit for a wild camping spot. So I've got plenty of time, even if I do a mile an hour. But I've got to go up and over that, and there really is nothing else past here now till I get there. So it's about 4 miles of keeping my own resources. I've got 2 litres of water left. That'll probably do me all right. There definitely ought to be somewhere to fill it up in Portlow. And I'm going to have to redo the suntan stuff because I'm just sweating it off all over the place, and it's a merciless hammer as usual. So yeah, just meandering up and down, up and down, up and down, and then onto the top with all those cliffs, and then back down the other side, something probably very similar on the other side, down to some sort of little port type smuggler fishing village thing. And then I have to have a start scooting about for places to surreptitiously spend the night. Hopefully there'll be some shop selling something cold in Portlow, because I'm going to be really ready for it by then. So there's nothing much more to do now. It's to gird up and push on up and over the top of the end there. So I'm just going to take a moment to sort myself out, and then I'm going to crack to it. Well, this is proper North Cornwall path, this. Just come down all that. Just got to go up all that. Could be worse though, some poor bugger in full overalls up there with a strimmer cutting the edges. Glad that he's doing it, of course, it makes life easier. There's a section further back there where I had to go on hands and knees to get through with the bag. Such overhanging stuff. Oh god, right, okay, I can get up that one and most of the way up the top on this point, so it's not as bad as North Cornwall at all. It's going to be a pain in the ass. So I shall probably talk to you a bit later. That deserves a bit of a sit down and a quick splash. Oh god. Yeah, I'm just going to breathe heavily at you for a bit, filling your own witty observations. You can hear the strimmer guy powering away. What day to be doing that? So I just need to get up on that one, which is just a little bit more of a climb. And then hopefully this ruddy great headland will stop blocking the wind and I'll get some cool air. That'd be nice. Mind you, look how far we've come. So I think that was lunch. Port Scatho. It's not bad. It's about 2-3 now. It's about 3 hours along the bay. 2 to 3 or 4. I don't know. What we're looking at in the distance, we won't be able to see Falmouth anymore, but I think that's all some of the headland and coast leading up to Helford River. Don't think you can see Land's End from here. Possibly right on the very end is that signal, that Lloyd's signal station. That might not even be it either. It might be further curved round. What lies beyond yonder view? Actually, I know because I've already seen it from further away. But another massive bay, but that will be mostly tomorrow's problem by the looks of things. Oh, so I've done all of this today up to that one there. St Anthony's Head or whatever. And I've still got loads of daylight left. Probably about 2 miles or so from the top of here down to Portlow. And whatever the deal is there, I'm going to drink them dry of lemonade. Bring me more ice. And then I'll just, leave it to like half an hour, 2 hours or so, an hour before sunset, and then just plod on, see what I can find. Being wary of the overdoing it on the feet. Didn't look like a lot of promising stuff on the map, to be honest, but we'll have to see. See what we can see. Air's much thinner up here, you see. It's much more closer to space. Must be at least, what, 1,000,000 metres above sea level. Part 6 probably. Right, another swig of water and then up to the top where I may talk to you again. There we go, made it. Pretty much the top. Just feel that cool breeze as good as a rest. It's not even that strong even without cover. It's nice though. Some lonely rock there. Bird sanctuary of some sort. Inadvertent or inadvertent. So that on the end there, I don't know what that one's called, I'll look it up, but beyond there is Megavissi, one of the two. So that's tomorrow. Get around the end of that. Much like today, I imagine. Brooke's having trouble, whatever. Yeah, tomorrow's problem. Similar sort of terrain as this, I expect. Ups and downs. Yeah, good, right. Now I have to get back down this side, find out what's going on in Portloe, and then find out where I'm likely to be able to shack up afterwards. Good. I wasn't expecting this. Still, it's long, but it doesn't look too steep at any point, so in and out then. You just put down the feet and you do the scenery that's in front of you, or something. The sun might be starting to go down a bit as well, which is good. I don't know whereabouts Portloe is. Probably, well, I might be able to see it from the other side of this headland just here. And so if we're over onto that far headland, then we've gone too far. Which, you know, can happen. Right then, down and up. It's picture postcard stuff. It's a shame I have to climb all of it. Well, this day's dragging on. A nice little glade though. Tempted to put the tent up, but I'm not past Portloe yet. So, that'll be a no. It's quite noisy as well. No idea how far I've got to go yet. Can't be more than a mile or two. Running low on water though. Got to start on the Amaretto next, and then things go downhill from there. Not in a good way. Is that people coming? Maybe near civilization. Don't know. I'll sit in this week and then we'll push on again. That looks like me. Oh, a bus. Oh, I've missed it. Yeah, that looks like Portloe. Theoretical end of day 4. It's the end of day 3 and I still need to carry on past it and find somewhere to skive my way down. But for now I just want to get down there, get some water filled up and see if there's a pub or shop or something. Then we'll plod onward and just see how far we get before I literally camp in and on the path, like so. I can put the tent up in the dark, but I'd rather not. I want to see the pitch before I set up. Good, let's crack on down that hill. Portloe, 5 PM, Tuesday. There's nothing here. But then I don't know why I'd expect there to be. Mind you, that's a good sign. Not planning on staying overnight, but they got lemonade. So yeah, 2 miles to West Porth Holland or something, which is the next bit of tomorrow, but who knows where I'll end up today. Anyway, full tanks of water, obliging public convenience. So good to trudge on at any time really, but I'd like to stop for a bit, get a drink, or 3, put feet up a bit, burn a couple of hours as well. So it needs to be nearly dark when I get set up. So yeah, let's go and have a little wander. Oh, hello. I don't know. It's a bit audacious. There's all concrete flooring as well. Had enough trouble with the pegs going in last time. Things like drains or a cistern or something. Thorny bushes. No, I think it's a bit too obvious. It's the sort of place that people who get up early in the morning might climb up to see the sunrise from. Now let's push on into obscurity a bit more. This nice bench. A spot of vagrancy. I don't think I've ever actually slept on a bench on one of these trips before. But again, early morning dog walkers. Dog bowl, spare water for dog bowl. I don't even know what's through here. Chained up anyway. Electric fence, not enough room. Yeah, it's not really for me either. Trouble is, much of what looks to be ahead for the next couple of miles is quite unhelpful, twisty cliff path stuff. You might find the occasional flat, wide bit of path, but I suspect I won't see much useful until the next place. West Porth Hallow, or something or other. Don't know, Porth this, that, the other. So, it'll be the usual tale of unexpected overtime. Be able to get the first train out of Par at this rate. Well, anyway, I'm going to sit and put my feet up for a bit. I've got 2 hours before sunset, so I'm going to drink this water and pretend it's lemonade. So lemony. So citrusy, refreshing. Oh, the fizz. Can't even get the bloody thing open. Glad I thought about stopping in the public conveniences and filling up from the sink rather than just availing myself of the pub landlord, because I'd have nothing by now. Lemonade, fizzy, lemony, cloudy lemonade. Yeah, why not? Give me the cloudy stuff. That's quite good. Down the hatch. Oh, the fizz, the bubbles are up my nose. Still, that means I can go mad with the water now. I've got 2 full litres now and plenty of places to stop tomorrow, I'm sure. So that is tomorrow, or possibly tonight. Could try walking through the night, why not? Got a head torch somewhere, probably won't fall off. Yeah, long old day and it's still not over. Quite hard going, particularly the second half of it. It's all gotten back towards more traditional Cornish cliff path stuff. A bit of an easy start with all that flat, long, sweepy bays. Still, so that's 14 and a bit miles already. I'll probably do another mile or 2 before bed. That would have been the longest leg if I hadn't started mucking about with the schedule. So, yeah. But you know, I'm feeling all right. Yeah, there's aches and pains. I mean, no injuries though. Aches, not injuries. And look at where I am. This is amazing. The yellowy late afternoon sun. Glorious. Really not that worried about where I'm going to sleep, to be honest. Could just sleep on this bench. Don't know what the weather's going to be like tonight. Probably not too cold. Sleeping bag's rated to -1 degree. Maybe I just don't bother putting the tent up. Maybe I'll just sleep on this here bench in my sleeping bag under the stars. Probably want to check that weather before I try that one. Yeah, possibly more in a bit. I'm going to have some more lemonade. Yep, I'm still on the bench. And I've been checking the weather forecast. And with the limited internet connectivity I get here. And it looks like low of 12 degrees tonight. And a wind of about 9 miles an hour coming from that way, which this hedge is likely to block. I think I'm going to take the ninja camping to whole new extremes. Not even going to get the tent out. Well, I figure I have such uncomfortable and unpleasant nights in the tent anyway, why not just sleep on a bench? Might get the mattress out, I might not even do that, I might try not to bother. Basically, I'm time rich but feet poor, so I really don't want to push on any further today. And I don't really want to B&B it in the back in Portlow. There's only one B&B. It might not even be open, or might not even have rooms. And here's a perfectly good bench. It's quite a wide seat base. It's almost I can poke my legs through. Whatever. If it comes to it, sleep underneath. I don't know. Plenty of options. I'm just going to sleep under the stars, literally, because I don't think there's going to be any clouds tonight. And Cornish skies at night are something to be seen, to be believed, really. I see them now and then when I'm on this coast path doing the ninja camping thing. I'll wake up at like 11, 1 or whatever in the morning, unzip, stick my head out and look straight up. And you've got to just keep looking for like 10, 15 minutes or more. And it's just spangles of stars across the whole sky. It starts to become more light than dark. You'll see satellites tracking over around here. I mean, we haven't really seen Goonhilly Earth Station this trip because that's too far inland, but we sort of went past it on the day 1 or 2, roughly where it was in the distance. You might have caught some of the dishes. But so a lot of satellites, communication satellites and things go over this area. So you'll see those as moving streaks of bright light. Milky Way, of course. And there's just so little light pollution down here. I mean, there's not even any big seaside towns out here. There's no big ships out in the bay. I don't even think there's any lighthouses off of this bit. It's just going to be the sea and the night and the darkness. Should be good. Yes. Because, you know, last night it was overcast. Well, last night I was in a B&B, but the night before was overcast. I didn't really see anything anyway. I was just so exhausted. Didn't really think about getting up and looking out and enjoying it. So I'm going to just lie here and stare at it till I pass out with exhaustion. Important thing is to just get the boots off and into the sleeping bag, and then just keep my feet off the ground, let them recover overnight. And yeah, I imagine I'll drowse, I'll nod off. Probably feel like crap tomorrow, but we'll see. I mean, I don't get an awful lot of sleep when I'm even in a tent on flat ground, you know, there's always something, it's always somewhat uncomfortable. So, and then tomorrow I'm planning to hit an actual campsite. You go around the end of that one and back up the coast another sort of 5 or 6 miles past Mevagissey, and there's a big old caravan camping holiday park type thing. I'll just rock up there and see what the deal is. They've always got room for a little one, room for a single man tent in some corner somewhere. So even if I do end up getting brochures for the rest of my life from them, bloody Parkdean Resorts. I was tired, I didn't see where the box you ticked to say don't send me brochures is. Now they keep sending me stuff about caravan holidays every sort of 3 months. And I was just a tumbleweed drifting through that one night, you know. Anyway, so yeah. I'll be able to do most of what I do in a tent. I've got some nuts, I've got my amaretto, I've got plenty of water. I got my battery power pack charger. I should plug the phone in. Takes 7 hours to charge the phone. It's just a weedy power pack with a very small amount of current, and this has got quite a big battery on this phone. So yeah, but I have that ticking away. Probably put the old DAB, little pocket DAB radio on if I get any reception out here. I don't know. I barely get a couple of bars for the phone. It keeps flickering off to no signal. I expect FM will work out here, bouncing off the sea and whatever. Maybe I'll listen to some French disco like I did when I was a kid, late at night. I don't know. But yes, a night literally under the stars. I mean, the tent keeps a certain degree of warmth on you, and it keeps the weather off, but there isn't going to be weather tonight, in theory. And it should be warm enough just for the sleeping bag, I think. So I'm just going to try that, see what happens. End up with some horrific condensation, sodden mess in the morning, but if so, big deal. Roll up, pack up, move on, trudge on to somewhere with coffee maybe. There's not really a lot until we get right around the end of this one either, really. There's a few public convenience car parks type of setups that are ahead tomorrow, but nothing major until we get around to Mevagissey, I think. So it's going to be top up the water bottles every chance I get, which is, you know, should be the standing order really. But, and then yeah, just plod my way across that landscape there. Looks impressive, but it'll probably only take about 3 or 4 hours to traverse left to right. Maybe not even that. And back up the other side, and Mevagissey will have shops and things, but I want to crack on and get to that campsite as well. I don't foresee any problems there unless the place is closed, in which case I'll just jump the bloody fence and camp there anyway. Yeah. But now here we are in the magic hour, the golden sunset. Look at that. I'm just so chill at the moment, so mellow, that the idea of trudging on for another hour and a half on worn out feet, aching shoulders, and not even knowing if I'm going to find anything anyway. So I'm just going to sit here innocuously enjoying the sunset. That's me. No, what, me? No, I'd have a tent, surely. And then once it's proper dark, I'll just dig out the sleeping bag, set it up on this here bench. I don't know if I need the air mattress as well or not. Not sure it'll fit. We'll see how we go with just the sleeping bag. It's not going to be a comfortable night, but then I figure if it's going to be an uncomfortable night anyway, why not have a splendid night? A bit of actual nighttime astronomy, stargazing, which I won't be able to share with you, I'm afraid. This camera phone's not really good. I tried getting some footage of the recent partial lunar eclipse out near where I live, and it saw the moon. It was just a big blurred circle with the chunk missing, but I just don't think it's good enough for star photography. You know, it's very good at low light and night stuff, but actual stars, I don't think so. So I'll have to tell you about it in the morning. Anyway, I expect I'll check in just before it gets too dark to film. But for now, I'm just going to sit here and chill. So, got bored waiting, and I'm going to carry on. Got all my nighttime gear on. Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a bit of wind chill on that top, that bench up on that top. That's probably would have been quite unpleasant by morning. I feel myself shivering already, even with all this on. So, I know one way to warm myself up. Don't worry, not entirely insane, just slightly. A torch, 3 light setting. Yeah, so I'm just going to push on a bit until I can find some flat ground and get the tent out after all, because it turns out the tent performs a valuable role in stopping wind freezing me to death in the middle of the night. It's not very windy, but it does take a few degrees off. And also, to be honest, I'd just rather be walking than sitting about. Still had a good hour or so's rest. And hopefully I still see the stars anyway, just not, you know, shattered from the bottom of a cliff. Oh look, it's a distant boat. Can we see that? I think this is going to be hiding to nothing, trying to use this camera. It's late at night. Yeah, look. Twinkle, twinkle. Yeah. Oh, hell with it, I'll give it a go. Try some recording later when it gets proper dark. Yeah, so I've gone insane. Maybe see you in the morning, or maybe see you late at night. I just don't know. Actually, I can see better through here than with my actual eyes. I might use this as like a primitive night vision scope. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot forward. It's actually brighter. Yeah, it's quite a bit brighter than reality. That's good. It's unusual, unexpected. Twinkly little light on in the house there. Watching telly. A perspective I hadn't expected to encounter. Assuming it doesn't do for me. It's only about 8:30 probably, maybe 9, I don't know. Have to check. Just checked, it's only 8 o'clock. Yeah, I think I can probably get another half an hour of reasonably sane hiking in before I really ought to stop. But yeah, let's just keep going and see what we see. Magnificent. Yeah, I don't think you can see this as well as I can. I'll have to describe it for you instead then. It's only a panic over. Spent about an hour walking in the dark with a head torch on. And have successfully found a flat bit. I managed to put the tent up in Ninja Camping Pro that I am. I managed to do it all by touch. Didn't even need the torch. And now I'm all snug and toasty in here, which you also can't see, because that's how ninja campers do it. Anyway, yes, so what have we got up there? Well, this flipping phone screen's blowing my night vision out, but I'll try and describe it for you, paint a visual picture. I mean, it's incredible. It really is. Clear skies at night. It's really worth seeing. I've been staring at the sky for about half an hour with no lights on, until I turn this phone on, of course. The backlit display's going mad with all the lit up stuff. But there are stars beyond counting up there, thousands of them, literally. If you've only ever seen stars, the night sky, from a busy city or a street lit area, even with the new sorts of street lamps, you've really got to come down here for a weekend or something. There's so many up there. A lot of them are faint, a lot of them, some of that's because I've just blown my vision out with this phone screen, but also some of it's because my vision's just not as good as it used to be. I remember coming down here like 30 years ago, about 20, 30 years ago, and we were out late one night, abseiling off a dam, you know, long story, not going into it now. And when I was waiting for my turn, I'd lie back and just stare and look up. And the longer you look, the more you see. They just keep coming, fainter and fainter, but you see them all starting to come in. The stars are about a centimetre apart, apparent distance. That's 2 centimetres for the 2 or 3 centimetres for the bright ones. And I'm even starting to make out colour, and that's always been tricky for me. I've never really been able to determine the colour of various stars. Some of the brighter ones are sort of faintly bluer or faintly more orangey red. It's very difficult to see, very difficult to spot. And across it all, swooshing perhaps left to right, is the big speckled Milky Way band. And that's amazing. That's astonishing. That I play computer games. I play things like Elite Dangerous, which is perhaps the most impressive rendering of the Milky Way I've seen in computer game form. But to actually see it edge on, that must be looking into the thick part of it. I guess if I had my Google Sky Maps app, it would tell me where Sagittarius A and the centre was, but it looks like a thicker part directly ahead. There's Cassiopeia on the left, the sort of recognisable W shape, more or less straight ahead and to the left of it. Over on the far horizon, which again I don't even know why I'm pointing this camera, is the Plough, the Panhandle, the Wain, whatever, the 2 end stars of the saucepan pointing up to Polaris, north. And there's just so many constellations I don't recognise at all, mostly because I just don't see them all in context. You might be able to pick up the bright ones now and then, but we've got an embarrassment of bright stars out here now. If we get out and stand up, I'm not sure I can be bothered to do, and it probably won't help anyway. Nope, still can't see either. I mean, on the shoreline there's about 7 or 8 distant twinkles of tank that's laying off. They don't look like they're moving much. I can't see any lighthouses. There's a few lights on distant hilltops. Mostly it's just me and the stars though. And I don't know, some quirk of the geography or the hilltop I'm on, and it is a ridgeline of sorts. The wind seems to have died off completely. I mean, I've set the tent up with full storm lashing because what have you lost if there's no storm? But it's just really quiet and still. I can hear distant diesel engine. I don't know if there's some boat out or some generator running, or maybe that's an aural illusion, I don't know. I can faintly hear the sea, very faintly. Mostly I can hear crickets, loud chirping away. I don't know if you can hear those as well. I'm just running on the phone's internal microphone at the moment. Can't be bothered to find all the wires for the proper one. And all is well over the world. And just as I was finished setting up the tent, I know you might actually be able to see this. Ooh. Moonrise. It just started coming up, sort of came up sort of bloody red on the very horizon just as I was setting up tent. Of course, that's going to screw with my actual stargazing. Once it gets up in the sky, I probably won't be able to sleep either. I don't mind. It's an utterly magical night, which I can't show you because it's too dark. Anyway, I'm snug as a bug in a rug until dawn, and I don't even think the minor slope will worry me. I just pointed it at my face and I know you can't even see it. Anyway, so yeah, this is me signing off. It's been a great day, long day, exciting day. Probably got about 16 miles covered in the end, despite my wanting to sit on a bench just outside the stop. Carried on anyway. Yeah, pressing on tomorrow. Talk to you more then. Night night.